I'm going to demonstrate a couple of simple restraints which we would ordinarily only do in a situation where you've got no choice but to restrain the guy. Normally we strike, we injure, we incapacitate and we get away. But in certain cases your family might be in danger, you might be in public where the guy poses a danger to someone else, and after having neutralized him or stunned him you may need to restrain him. So here are one or two simple methods that you can use.
I'm Des Brown, Chief Instructor of Elite Defense Academy International. Welcome to our world.
The first restraint is where you spin the guy around, possibly off something like an elbow drag and you get behind him. From here, this is called the neck crank, and it's very, very simple. All you want to do is think of pulling your arms apart. So I'm going to underhook the one arm and basically just grab the shoulder or do a hook of some sort. My other hand comes around and grabs the face, but as I do I get my wrist into the area under the cheekbone onto the face, like that. And I simply squeeze. If I can, I bring my hands together and I just squeeze downward, which kinks his knees and keeps him there. Notice that my head is out of the way of the other hand. If he tries to pull my arm away, if he tries to grab my arm, he's pulling my arm into his own face, which is really painful. If he tries to turn this way toward me, he's cranking his own neck. So it puts me in a position where I can pull him down to the ground from here, or I can also walk him backward and take him somewhere to a position where I can get a better restraint over him. So let's just do that one more time. So behind him, one hand comes through here, it's basically doing that. It's like elbow swimming. I'm putting one hand through here, one hand through there, just grab the face, turn it away from your other hand, link your hands together, and just squeeze it in and down. You can even use your head to press into his head. Adrian will tell you it's pretty uncomfortable. Woo. The second one is very similar. I also need to get behind him, so from here it might be from something like a strike to the face followed by an elbow drag or whatever, as long as I get behind him. This is called the seat belt, and it works in a very similar fashion. With one hand I keep shoulder control, with the other hand I push his elbow or his arm across the front of his body like that, and I immediately reach through and I grab his wrist with his hand. So I hold onto the wrist very firmly, I grab his face, I pull his face this way, like that, and all I do is I again think of spreading my arms apart and sinking my elbows. So I've got a little bit of pressure on the neck and a little bit of pressure on the arm, like that. And it's reasonably easy, as long as you have a strong enough grip on the arm. You're creating friction across the guy's body or stomach, so even if he tries to pull away from that, it's almost like a hook and lock. You're hooking him into his own body. And this is a great way to shepherd somebody or walk him. Because from here, wherever he's facing is the way you want to walk him. If I want to walk him that way, I simply just angle the body and walk, and there he goes. And it's a good way to bundle someone if you're taking them off a plane, or driving them into a wall, or just temporarily restraining them. And from that position, of course, once you have him, you can also take out a leg and put him down on the floor, where you can work from there. Right, the third one is from the front. So also a standing restraint. From here, I've maybe stunned the guy, I've done something to stun him, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to collar hook him, either this way or that, but it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to yank his head forward and put his head under my arm like that. So it's basically like a guillotine with my arm across his throat. However, in this position, this hand can easily grab my groin, hit my groin, grab my leg, he can tackle me, all kinds of things. So from here, the moment I arrive here, I want to push his elbow across like that. As I do so, I take this hand and I staple it against his chest, so that this arm passes in the outside of my hand. I push it across as far as I can, I slide my arm through, and from here I just grab my own elbow like that. From here it's very easy to just grab hold of his belt or his stomach, and if he tries to do anything from there, I just dip my shoulder a little bit and I inflict a little bit of twist on the neck. It's very easy. I don't know, we're just going to spin around from here. You'll notice all I'm doing is dropping my far shoulder and lifting the shoulder a little bit. It's like turning a steering wheel. So if Adrian tries to move or struggle or anything like that, I just lift the shoulder. And it immediately causes a great deal of discomfort that I can pass out very easily. The advantage of this is that from here he can't reach my groin. He's basically helpless. There's too much stuff in the way, and I'm able to easily keep him here or even drop him down to the ground just by applying some pressure from there, where I can now go into other restraints and work from that position. Right, the next one is a situation where the guy's fallen to the ground. I may have knocked him down, I may have alien faced him or taken him down some way, as you've seen in the previous videos on takedowns. My goal with any takedown, if the guy lands on the ground, is for him to land and be facing away from me. So ideally, if I'm grabbing Adrian and alien facing him, I'm not going to alien facing here, I'm going to do that. So he goes down and he hits the ground like that, and he's facing away from me. With the arm facing me, I want to grab the wrist as quickly as possible. With both hands, it doesn't really matter how you grab it. I usually grab it like that. From here I take this foot, and I put the foot into his shoulder blades, like that. I bar him with my foot, so that he can't roll into me. With the other foot, I step around in front of his chin, I drag his chin back. Take care with your training partner, you can really hurt them with this. But exert enough pressure that they can feel there's nowhere to go from there. I grab the wrist and I grab the fingers, give the fingers a bit of a squeeze, and what I do is I pop his elbow or his tricep just under my knee. And from here I just bend my knees a little bit in order to maintain control, and I squeeze my knees together. It's a very undignified position, but it's even worse for him, because from here, as soon as I apply the pressure, you can see there's nowhere he can go from there. And of course you have the advantage of being able to restrain him with this hand while you reach for a weapon, reach for a phone. And if he does get out of hand, if he's drugged or very strong, I have the advantage of being able to do this and knock him out if I have to. Right, the last one I'm going to share with you is called the high side control. This is for a situation where you have knocked the guy down, there is no one else around, and you can afford to get onto the ground with him. If he's really, really strong and you need to restrain him, then it's a choice that you can make. So once he's fallen down, all I want to do is get him falling down and immediately kneel down next to him. I'm going to put a knee next to his hip, a knee into his armpit, and flatten him out like this. I'm keeping my hands over here, I'm spreading my knees. What I'm going to do is put my chest onto his chest, sink down on him, with my hands over here, one elbow in near his neck, one elbow near his hip. I'm going to sink a little bit of weight onto him to keep him temporarily immobilized in that position by squeezing down onto him. Of course, from here I have targets. I have the groin available, I have the face available for elbow strikes, and I also have temporary control over this arm, which makes it easy for me to hold him there by locking up the arm, for example. I now go to a high side control. Here I'm very exposed. I can't see what's going on and both my hands are committed. I may need to reach for a weapon or a phone. So from here, I take my arm around his head, I loop it deep into my armpit. I take a thumbs up position with this hand and I press my shoulder into my thumb. So basically putting some pressure on the jaw and the neck. As soon as I've done that, I slide the elbow up the ground like this, I grab his armpit and I roll him like a log of wood. So I roll, I put my fist in here, and as I do, my right knee comes up to the middle of his back, my left knee comes right up to where my hand is, and I simply sit up like a gorilla, squatting down. So from here, these hands are locked. I'm screwing my elbow in so there's no space here. As you can see from the color of Adrian's face, there's a lot of pressure on the neck and the face. You can amplify this by just simply extending your arm and putting pressure on the neck. I can knock him out from here. I can reach for a weapon or a phone, and I can easily get away by simply pushing on the head, letting go and jumping up. I can also add to the power of this by simply holding onto his hip, shifting my knee further up, and putting a leg in front of my hand and pulling the leg back so that my shin helps brace the head. I'm now in a part-way got up position where from here I can still control him, I can still attack, and if I need to get away, I'll just push the arm down and get up like that in order to escape.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel.